listening or just watching, whatever, welcome to the second Hypnotic Live of our 2026 season. The fourth edition of Hypnotic is coming up now, really rather quickly. In 2 months, we are there. And this evening, I have Nicole and Jacky as our guests. They don't know each other, and for many people, you might not know them either. So the first thing I will let them do is introduce themselves to you guys and to me as well. I know quite a bit about them, but it's up to them to introduce themselves to the public. So I will start, if that's okay, Nicole. I will start with Jacky, and then we go to you. So, Jacky, the floor is yours.
Thank you. And thanks very much for having me on this evening. I'm really quite excited to be here and I love watching these back and seeing what everybody says. And I'm very much looking forward to the conference. So I'm Jacky Thomson. I am based in North Wales in the UK and I'm a hypnotherapist and various other things. So I call what I do hypno well-being because I like to work with the whole person rather than doing all these separate bits. Um, I've been a therapist for probably 15, 16 years now after quite a long time in the corporate world
Okay.
and had a bit of a life change. Well, actually, it was a big life change, but it led to me getting into the holistic field, and it's the best thing I ever did. I absolutely love what I do. Um, I work mostly with midlife women,
Okay.
and I work with all sorts of people, of course, but I work mostly with midlife women. That seems to be the type of client that I attract.
Hmm.
And I just love what I do. It excites me. It gives me a reason to get up in the morning.
Hmm.
I might have written a book, or well, there's another two on the way, but
All right.
um, and I just feel so blessed to be able to do what I do.
Okay. Great.
So that's me.
Welcome.
How I got here.
All right. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you.
Welcome, Nicole, as well. Whom are you? Introduce yourself to the public, please.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nicole Wackernagel. I'm based in Switzerland, in the German-speaking part of Switzerland. And yeah, I'm a hypnotherapist since about 16 years now, and about 10 years, over 10 years now, I'm teaching hypnotherapy. I'm specialized in medical hypnosis. I'm married happily, three adult kids in the
Hmm.
meantime. What led me to this profession was actually I'm I have a medical background. I have a higher degree in medicine.
Hmm.
But in my past, I had a lot of surgeries. I had to stay a lot in hospitals for surgeries, for medical treatments. And from that time, for decades, I had nightmares. I was so much in fear, in pain, because of those surgeries. That was really quite a trauma for me.
Okay. The
Ev-
surgery itself.
yes, surgery
Okay.
itself, but also when I was talking to some doctors, I was just being in tears. I was crying a lot, and there was a time I was 35. I've came to hypnotherapy. That's a story by itself, and there I guess that hypnotherapy or hypnosis could be a key for my life. And so I thought, okay, when it's key for my life, it must be also a key for others. And so I was learning hypnotherapy, and yeah, that was like something wow for me
Hmm.
because I discovered I can really overcome these traumas. I can overcome all these nightmares I had for decades. And I had many therapies about that, but nothing helped really. And so I'm very passionate about medical hypnosis, pain management, fears, traumas in medicine. And yeah, today I'm working together with hospitals. I'm teaching in hospitals,
Mhm.
doctors, nurses, and in chronic pain management, acute pain management. We did surgeries with hypnosis, only with hypnosis.
Yes.
And for me, it's like it's not just a job. It's just really a hard thing. It's just like when people have tears in their eyes and just can overcome those things. For me, it's like it's just I don't know if you can feel it, but it's just for me.
I,
It's the best thing I could ever do for people. It's not about me. It's just about this wonderful tool we call hypnosis.
yeah, I see Jacky also nodding. I,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
the passion for what can shift in such a short time is what when I first got in contact with hypnosis, it was really that because my aim when I started to know or when I discovered hypnosis, it was also for a treatment for myself, nothing related medical, very emotional, had to do with a heartbreak, and I was such a wreck. And 1 hour later, I walked out of the practice of this hypnotherapist, and I felt fantastic. And I felt balanced again, and I felt I have control over my life. Well, 1 hour before, I was really a wreck, right? Crying and feeling very emotional and not being able to control myself. And 1 hour later, I was perfectly able to control myself, feel good about myself, uh, forget between brackets. It was not really forgetting, but I could place all what had happened in the past. I could place it and see the facts of it without staying in the emotion. And I was also like, wow, I want to know more about this. That's how I got in contact with hypnosis and started to go deeper into it. I was at the time also working in the corporate world, and I heard you say, Jackie, that you had a background in the corporate as well. So, what brought you to hypnosis?
Okay. Well, it really started with this life change. I'm not going to go into it now, but you're quite welcome to ask at some point. And
Great, at the conference.
yeah, yeah, at the conference, um, I fell into more of a spiritual community. I'd actually moved away from everyone and everything I knew, basically, and I
Okay.
fell into a spiritual community, and it was like I'd come home,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like a kid in a sweet shop.
Okay.
I want that. I want that. And I I bumbled along and did lots of things, and I started working in the holistic field. And well, I'd come out of a long relationship as well, and I'd sworn I'd never get married again.
Okay.
And long story short, um, as a result of this spiritual work I was doing, I ended up going to London for a big conference training thing. And I met my now husband there, having
Mm-hmm.
said I'd never get married again. Um, and you'll know him, Nelly, from Growth Club. It's
Oh,
Mark Hypnotic.
really?
Yeah. So
Great.
yeah, and we both were at an age where we wanted to do something different. Mark was about to retire
Okay.
from the civil service, and
Okay.
and we decided that we wanted to do some bits of training, and we'd done various things, but I felt like everything we'd got was great, but I was still missing something.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved the mind body connection,
Yeah.
and I really, really wanted to explore that. So we actually both trained in hypnotherapy at the same time,
Okay.
which was
You could practice on one another.
Yeah, well, yeah. I suppose your life partner is not the person you should be practicing with
No,
in some ways, but we did.
not ideal,
Uh,
but okay.
yeah, um, and we were living in London. I mean, that really was a long story short because I ended up living in London,
Okay.
and it was great, but it was so frenetic there. And as you get older, as we both are now, we decided we wanted a slower pace of life. So we
Mhm.
moved to North Wales.
Okay.
And it's definitely a slower pace of life, completely different demographic. But I get so much more satisfaction from what I do here, working with the people I work with.
Hmm.
So hypnotherapy has been in my practice now for 6 years. Just over, well, actually, just it would have been longer than 6 years, but we actually qualified during lockdown. We had
Okay.
to wait to take the
Oh,
exams after
yes.
lockdown.
Mhm.
So, yeah, and it just made that difference. So, hypnosis is, I'd like to say it's magic.
So do I. Because that's what you see happening. It's so, yeah, it is magic.
Yeah, yeah. And I
It's
love the
really,
fact that Mark practices as well, and we can bounce off each other with ideas and things like that. So,
yeah,
and
nice.
Mark, as you know, is coming to the conference.
Yes, he's there also as a visitor. Yes, and I'm really happy he joined you. So I'm delighted with all the people attending, and it will be many this year. So it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, you moved out of the city into the green countryside, or how do I have to picture this?
Well, we have a beach across the road.
Okay, a beach. You're really living at the beach.
It's the second time in my life I've lived near the beach. I knew I'd end up living by the water again, but yeah, we have just over the road is the North Wales coastal path.
Uh-huh.
So you can walk the whole of North Wales
And you
on the
hear the
path.
sea all along in the house, and wow,
Yeah,
that's quite something.
it's wet, it's windy, it's beautiful. So we have the sea at the front, we have mountains around
Mm,
us.
Wow.
must be
So
wonderful.
not on the scale of anywhere in Europe, I might add. We do have Snowdon not too far away,
Okay,
but some people say that's just a small hill. I don't, I don't climb, so
I live in the Belgian mountains, but these are not, nothing compared with where you guys are living.
it's
Nicole,
just
you are sorry.
yeah, it's just beautiful.
Can
Despite the
imagine.
weather, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I can imagine, and it adds, I think, also to the magic of the work you are doing.
Yeah,
Because you can send out people after a session also, and I go and walk in the wind, and
yeah, it's great for
nice.
homework.
It is, I can imagine. Yeah,
A walk on the beach,
yeah,
throwing
yeah,
the
really.
pebbles into the water.
Yeah, and
It's
you can already.
it's my favorite place. I would love to be at the beach all the time.
Yeah, well, actually, we have two beaches really close, and they're totally different. One's a holiday place, and where we are is less so.
Yeah,
It's
more
more
route,
a smaller community. So yeah,
the nice
it's
part.
yeah, really nice.
Yeah. Nicole, you live in Switzerland. Are you living in the mountains then?
No, no, no. Unfortunately, not. We don't. We just see them from
Far
far
away.
far away. No, the north part of Switzerland, mostly it's at the Lake of Constance. We have a big lake here in the region, and the Rhine, of course. Maybe you know the Rhine, Nele.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not flat. It's a little. It has hills, but not the Alps, of course. But we
Yeah.
can see them once in a while with the snow and everything on it. It's yeah, but it's not far away. It's just an hour. but the ocean and the beach, I would prefer.
Yeah, can imagine. So the ocean is not that far away from Antwerp, so you can just have a
Oh,
drive. Yeah,
oh wow.
uh,
Okay.
it's not just half an hour; it's about an hour and a half, something like that. And then you see the wonderful North Sea from the other side, and Jacky
I
sees it
would
on the
love.
other side, right?
I would
Uh,
love to spend time there.
Yeah. So you can add a day or a few days and drive to the beach once. It's you will definitely love it. I also love to just walk on the beach on at
Yeah.
the North Sea. That's always fantastic. So anyway, now we are moving away from the subject of hypnosis. Let's go back. And see, because indirectly you are both a lot working, and we all are, I think, with the body mind connection, right? Because you do it in the medical sector setting, Nicole and Jacky, you do it more from a spiritual approach, or how do I have to understand this?
Um, yes, I'm not averse to a spiritual approach, but I mean, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, so
Okay.
I only work in a spiritual way if that's what people want. And my tribe, it does tend to be a little bit that way, but yeah, I'm I I do what people want, really.
Okay.
It's their session. I want them to get the result that they want, and we'll do that however we can.
Yeah. And then the majority of the, in general, you mentioned already you are working with uh, midlife women,
Mhm.
majority. Um, are they then mainly coming with menopausal complaints and self-awareness, or uh, low
Really,
self-esteem, or how do I
yeah,
have to picture this?
all of that. Um, Menopause, weight loss, self-esteem. A lot of the women that I deal with an awful lot of anxiety. I will say that. Um, but they've been spent their last however many years. A lot of them have got married, brought up a family. They've worked. They've run the home. They may have done both together.
Hmm.
But the children have grown up and left home, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden they don't know who they are anymore.
the empty nest is.
And yeah, the emptiness, the confidence, the don't know what to do, have no purpose.
Mhm.
Their purpose has just left home, and there's a lot of that sort of thing. And I do a lot of inner child healing,
Okay. And
which
how
is
wonderful.
why it's my topic.
And it's wonderful to do inner child for someone at that point in their life.
Absolutely. And
Finally
and it's
solving.
that saved me when I went into uh, this life change, this move away. Um, I stumbled on inner child healing, and that was my turning point. And I realized that all that had gone before was what I was attracting. It was what I was used to. So
Exactly.
yeah, yeah, it was really
Yeah.
powerful for me at that
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah. I see you nodding a lot, Nicole. What's going through your head when you hear all of this?
I totally agree with the Jackie because yeah, the inner child is one of the key tool you must have. I think that's what Jackie actually says is so important, and I think it's really something that every hypnotherapist should should do it and should be able to do it because yeah, that's for me. It's also one of the main tools in my hypnotherapy practice. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah,
yeah.
in mine as well. I hear you say something important, and I think it's something that is here and there quite underestimated. They should do it and they should know about it. Should they do the self healing also? Is this from your perspective, it is, from my personal point of view, it is very important to go through all your own
Mhm.
shit, clean up before you start working with people so that you don't
Mhm.
mirror it. How do you think about this?
For me, that's something that I teach my students too. I think one of the most important thing is that you are able to reflect yourself and work also on your issues, problems, past, whatever. Because as you as you build a hypnotherapy practice, in my experience with myself or my students, you go through a process by yourself.
Hmm.
I mean, if you're really honest with yourself, you have your own issues. You have your first problems with your clients, which are, I mean, I had also clients, sometimes they make me really sweat. It was like,
Definitely. Yeah.
and I was like, how can you be that, you know? And you have always to
Mm.
smile, always to be nice. And then,
Oh, yeah.
that was really the challenge. And but then to go back to yourself and tell yourself and think about what is actually what triggers me, what is the thing that is mirroring to me, what is actually the issue that makes me so annoyed or makes me
Hmm.
about, and then work on yourself. I think that's so important. And in that case you can grow, because my opinion is if you stay in one place you cannot grow.
Mm-mm.
And I think that should be normal for everybody in our profession that really also is working on themselves. I know not for everybody. I heard some teachers saying when I was pretty young in the hypnosis profession, I heard some teachers say, I don't need hypnotherapy. I'm
Oh,
just like, no. Um, and I think that's a pity. Because if we are really honest on ourselves, we have all the same issues mostly.
yeah. Not necessarily the same, but we definitely all have issues that can be tackled.
The same in the meaning of like confidence or inner healing, or we need the inner child or whatever, you know. They're always, I think humans are so simple. Sometimes we have
Okay.
all, no, we have all the same. We want to be unconditionally loved. We want to be accepted. We want to be, it's all mostly, I say, the same. That's what I mean.
Yeah. The sense of belonging, right? Which
Yes.
is touched
Yes.
by, yeah.
Not, of course, not the same issues, but the same belongings, the same things we need in life
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
happy.
The same desire to belong.
Yes.
And then it all adds
Yes.
in from different angles and from different experiences. And yeah. I also see you nod, Jackie, saying, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The number of times a client comes in and starts talking about their issue, and I'm thinking, yep, been
Been
there,
there.
done
Been
that.
there.
and
Yeah.
and I think that's why, partly why it's so important that we do keep working on ourselves, because we're not perfect. It's a journey. It's there's always more. There's another layer
Mhm.
to the onion somewhere.
Nah, it's never finished. Sometimes I think,
No,
gosh, another
exactly.
layer.
And if we're not doing it ourselves, how can we help other people? How
Mhm.
can we understand what they're going
Mhm.
through
Yeah.
and help them navigate their way through it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
yeah,
personally believe it's important to work on our own issues, not to mirror them also on our clients.
Yeah.
And be aware, I have gone through the process, but
Yeah.
it's not necessarily the same process you are going through.
Yeah.
So that you can really stay objective in how you listen to your clients and guide them through their own healing process to their solution, to what helps them really, and not think, oh, I've been through it like that, and the results must be the same.
Mhm.
No, really stay with their process. And I think that's also what you mean, right, Jackie?
Yeah, yeah. It, the fact that you've been through something similar
Mm-hmm.
is it gives you that understanding. It's, and we all try not to be judgmental, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Very
Um,
important.
yeah. And sometimes, you think, well, it, I probably shouldn't say this, but you do find yourself thinking, I can see where their issue is, but I can't quite get them to see it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are schools of thought that actually you don't need to know what the issue is
Mhm.
because you just need a solution.
Yeah.
And I am very much um, working towards a solution, but sometimes we have to go back and find out
What
where
started?
it's come from to reframe it back then.
Yeah.
And yeah, it makes for an interesting life, I will
Yeah.
say.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Nicole, then, because what Jackie is referring to is with working with regression as well, right? Partly. Do you in the medical world also use regression, like for pain management and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, regression is one of the tools you can use in pain management, especially in chronic pain. Because when I have clients or patients, sometimes they have like a really tough pain in the face or nerve pain or anything like that. Once in a while, it's really it has a cause. Not
Mm-hmm.
always, but sometimes. And if you can just really neutralize this cause, and of course, with a regression, inner child technique, whatever you have from tools, when you neutralize it, really clean it out, then it works. I'm just so passionate about because you can do so much with the pain management and hypnosis. I mean, it's wow. Still for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's yeah, it's you never actually stop learning in hypnosis.
Mm.
Never ever. That's
Yeah,
what is making this profession so beautiful, I think.
because we just keep evolving and you learn from each session again as well, right? Because you all
Not,
have these different responses as well.
yeah, of
Like people
course.
are
Not,
reacting differently.
yeah. Every client is reacting differently, and the thing is, I'm working. As you probably know, I'm experimenting a lot. We have studies going on with
Yes.
hospitals, with
Mm-hmm.
doctors, with nurses. I'm involved in different things, studies, and it's always very, even for me, I learn every time something more. I mean, recently we had a patient in an operation room. She was talking like a book, like blah, 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 blah. And the doctor was like, huh, what's the problem? And I was like, I don't know. she was she was saying, that's so cool. I have no pain. You're just doing something here and I have no pain. That's so cool. And he was like, okay. I was like, I don't know.
She was excited. She was excited, that's for sure.
Sometimes really it's like that's what I think it's so beautiful. You always learn something new, whether it's in regression, in it doesn't matter, it's just hypnosis. It's just great.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. 'Cause if I think back of the first sessions I did quite some years ago now, and the sessions I do now, there's a world of difference between them. And I was something like, oh gosh. And I was really proud at the time of what I was doing because the results were also there. But I would never ever work again like I did at
Oh,
that time. Do you also? I see both of you like, ah, yes, I remember.
may I tell you a little story about that?
Oh, yes, please do.
My first hypnosis session, I had no clue what to do.
Oh,
I was kicking out my husband and my kids, cleaned up the room. It was in my house, our house. And then my first client came in. And I was like really nervous. I was so nervous. I knew I could do the Dave Elman induction.
Hmm.
And today, that's my favorite, actually, my favorite theme, being confident as hypnotist.
Yeah,
But
it's very important. It's so important.
I had the Dave Elman induction on a paper sheet, and I've learned from my teacher, I just can cover it, you know?
Nobody sees you while reading
Exactly.
the script.
It was like the client came in, and his wish was actually learning self hypnosis. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that. So I was like, I was putting the under the cover, you know, and I knew when I say, okay, take a deep breath in and close your eyes down, then he doesn't see me. So I can uncover the Dave Elman induction and then I can read it to him, you know. So I did that. He was sweating, I was sweating, probably more. And reading the whole thing, I had, I don't know if he was in hypnosis back then,
You
you know.
haven't tested. Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't do anything because I didn't know, you know. So I did what I've learned, and he went. He gave me the money. I was so proud. But he never came back.
Oops.
He never came back, and I'm sure he wasn't happy, and I wasn't happy.
Mm.
Yeah, that was my first session, and I today I can laugh. Back then it was horror,
Yeah.
absolute
Yeah.
horror.
It must have touched your self-confidence as well, right?
No
So
confidence at all.
very important
But
impact indeed.
my students laughing always about these stories.
How was your first session, Jackie?
I can't even remember my first session. I
Really?
think I think it was a stop smoking session,
Hmm.
and yeah, that went well. Um, she actually stopped smoking for about 2 months, and then something
Mm.
happened, and she started again.
Yeah, yeah.
And she phoned me up a couple of months after that and said, I obviously wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. Can we do it again, please? And she's never smoked to this day from then.
Wow. Cool.
Every now and then I get an email says, still
Nice.
not smoking.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
fantastic. And that's nice, right? To
Yeah,
hear from time to time from these people you have helped in the past and who are still okay, who have lost the weight, who have stopped
Mhm.
smoking, who have stopped drinking, all these things. It's so nice. Or you run into them in the street and they say hi and excited about the results that they have experienced. That's really nice. Yeah, very nice. All right, ladies, we have in common that we all were members. I think that's where we all met at the Hypnosis Growth Club from Sheila Granger, right? That's where we got to know each other. Nicole, I have met live already by now, but Jackie, you I haven't met live yet, so I'm really looking forward to giving you a hug in Antwerp on the 9th and the 10th of May. Um, but I think it's important for the people who are watching or who watch later to hear a bit about what are you going to talk about. So feel free. Who wants to start telling what you will
Jackie,
teach?
you can. No problem.
okay, I'll
All
start.
right. So,
Um, okay, so I'm going to be talking about inner child healing and hypnosis. And as you say, I think it's a really important thing that people should know about. Um, I learned inner child healing as a Louise Hay Heal Your Life coach.
okay.
And it's such a beautiful thing. And it's slightly different to what I learned in hypnosis. But as with a lot of things we do, I thought, well, I know hypnosis and I know that. There must be a way to bring the two together. And there is, of course, there is. So I'm going to be talking about my experience of inner child healing. So there is a story behind it. You'll hear
Mhm.
bits of that. And also how you can use this process in simple ways. And, you know, it's just an exploration of what even is the inner child. and I'll talk a little bit about, the archetypes and things like that.
Brilliant.
And
Mhm.
there's science behind it, there's evidence behind it.
For sure.
So a little bit of theory, a little bit of practical, and a lot of experience and discussion.
Wow, this will be nice for the people attending. It will definitely be nice. And spontaneously, there are some names of hypnotherapists I know in Belgium who also teach the learnings from Louise Hay. So
Yeah.
uh, I think of Martin Merens, if she's listening or watching afterwards. I'm sure that she will be very excited to meet you in person as well, so that you can
Oh yeah,
exchange
please
as
come and
well.
find me.
Yeah.
I love talking to people, and I love just learning about other people and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to the conference, not just to speak, because I'm going to learn so much from so many people.
Yes, and that's the nice, really nice part of the hypnotherapy conferences that I have visited also over the last years. That have something like, oh wow, bringing these people together and all learning and exchanging, and
It's
there are
community.
always people who say or who arrive. Last year, there was someone who said it very explicitly. I'm so looking forward to the conference so that I can just be myself for a few days without having to explain I'm a hypnotherapist and not feel weird or feel like people are looking strange at me because of what I do, that I can just be a hypnotherapist. Yeah, nice.
The hypnosis bubble.
A hypnosis bubble,
Bubble.
indeed.
Yeah.
Nice. Looking forward to it, feeling really at home. I think the people who are in Copenhagen starting as of today are already in the bubble for a few days. So I saw many people are on their way to Copenhagen who will be in Antwerp as well. So, and they are even going to promote Hypnotic in Copenhagen. Isn't that fantastic? So, and that's also the nice part, of course. All right, Nicole, are you then going to talk about pain management or what are you going to talk about?
Yes, I will talk about pain management, how you can do actually as a hypnotherapist. Can what is actually what are the important points when you want to work with pain clients, whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, and I think if it's possible, I'm going to show also what is possible. Some videos, pictures from the experiments, from the experiences, just to show what is actually all possible and what role is actually confidence playing in that. And they're learning how why is actually the rapport so important. It's not about only techniques. The technique is not always the important thing. It's
No.
more about rapport. It's more about how you approach people, and having a good pre-talk and all this kind of stuff, and then actually what is possible with it. And maybe you would be surprised. I just
Hmm.
will talk right out of my stuff I do.
Great, fantastic. Assume, Nicole, that there are people there who are not having any notion even about hypnosis, but who are interested in finding out more and who have a medical backgrounds, nurses, doctors, psychologists. Would they be able to learn a lot from the session you are organizing or you will be
Yeah,
giving?
I mean, if I know that, I can adapt. That's not a problem at all. No, not
Mhm.
not at all. Yeah, of
All
course.
right. So this is also a big invitation to
Yeah,
people who are just interested in learning more about what is it really, this hypnosis, and what can it mean for the job I do today. Be
yeah,
it a nurse, I'm a doctor, I want to be able to help my patients to be in a different state when I start a certain treatment. This is also a big invitation to all these people to come and join us in Antwerp on the 9th and the 10th of May. We are about to wrap up. Is there anything particular you would still want to pass on as a message for the people who are watching this recording or this live at the moment?
Jacky?
Just why not be there?
Be
Come to the conference.
very good. Very good.
I
Just come.
just
Come,
I
come in the
just have to
community
say, oh, I'm
and
sorry, Jacky, you're
just
talking.
yeah, just get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just looking forward so much. I'm so excited, and we're gonna meet there.
So, everybody watching still, thank you very much, Jackie. Thank you, Nicole, for the enthusiasm for sharing about your passion. It's obvious when you are talking about it where the passion is. It's really from the heart, and that's great. That's fantastic. Even it's not just a technique you have learned. We are really doing this with a lot of passion every day, which is so nice to be able to share it. So I'm looking really incredibly forward to this year's edition of Hypnotic, of meeting you in person and having a really great weekend of learning, exchanging, and just be together and grow this community. So for the people still watching or looking at the replay, if you don't have a ticket yet, get it soon, because sooner or later we are sold out, and then there is no more place to be there. You would really miss something. So please do whatever is required, and see you all in Antwerp on the 9th and the 10th of May. Have a lovely evening, a lovely day if you are watching this in the morning, and talk to you soon. Bye.